Uh-oh. Howie Roseman let Shaq Leonard leave Philadelphia unsigned. Now he's taken a couple days to think about it. However, a leak just said who he's leaning towards. We also hear from Kyle Shanahan and how he disrespects Jalen Hurts by saying who and how he's going to mimic him in practice. That's not all. A long list of injuries. Bradberry responds to Debo. Kevin Byard said it's going to be a bloodbath. And who knew this about Jordan Davis? What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today, as always, we got a lot to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all for a quick favor? Help your boy out. Smash that like, subscribe if you are new, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Double check. Let's rock. So the Eagles dropped their first injury report of the week leading up to the Niners, and a lot of people are freaking out. The limited participants should be fine. A.J. Brown, Jordan Davis, Lane Johnson, as we talked about yesterday, said he's ready to go. Julio Jones, Devontae Smith, DeAndre Swift, and even Milton Williams, who should be back and ready. However, Grant Calcaterra, Fletch, Zach Cunningham, who we got more details on, saying he's now expected to be out this week and possibly longer with a hamstring strain. Of course, Justin Evans still, and Dallas Goedert, who, by some reports, and Nick Sirianni still fighting to play versus this Niners team. So it's not as bad as it initially seemed. However, we're going to need all the D tackles. Glad Milton Williams is good, and I hope Fletch can play because the Niners want to run the ball. We going to break it down. But first, the update on Shaq Leonard, who did visit Philly, but also left the Eagles facility without a contract. He will weigh his options over the next several days, according to an NFL source. I know. I was so confident in yesterday's video saying he won't leave without a contract. That's just who Howie Roseman is. I get the whole human aspect, right? Got to think where you want to live, the money, blah, blah, blah. But really, the Cowboys, Eagles, is it that big of a decision? That's crazy. I still think there's an opportunity there. But shout out to Ryan Roman on Twitter, who sent me a Dallas radio station who had Brian Baldinger on, and he said he's leaning the Cowboys?
It's Brian Baldinger, Odyssey NFL Insider, with us. We saw the Shaq Leonard up there today. He's thinking about it. Are you hearing anything from your sources on which way he's leaning?
I hear he's leaning towards the Cowboys. I know players on the Eagles that are heavily trying to recruit him. Sure. They need him. They lost Zach Cunningham last week. They've been losing linebackers all year. I hear he's favoring the Cowboys at this point. I know he's a little measured about this thing. He wants to make the right decision. I know this: whoever gets him, they're going to be a better team. He's a great teammate. He's a very instinctive, talented player. He's coming back from major injury, so I don't know exactly where he's at. He's been playing, but I think he could improve both rosters right now.
Wild. Now, Brian Baldinger don't make stuff up, but he did say keyword leaning, so anything could happen. At the end of the day, the crazy thing is he visited the Cowboys, he visited the Eagles, and in 2 weeks, whether he's playing for the Cowboys or the Eagles, he's going to see the other team. So let's see what happens there. Moving on to the Niners, Kyle Shanahan, head coach of the Niners, really said that Sam Darnold and Brandon Allen will be mimicking Jalen Hurts on the 49ers scout team in practice this week. Are you serious? Like, how do you mimic Jalen Hurts? Like, you can put these quarterback in running situations, but the clutchness, the freakiness, the speed, the ability, the vision, the throwing on the run when you think he's going to run, you can't mimic him with backup quarterbacks. For instance, according to the NFL's next-gen stats, the 29-yard touchdown completion from Jalen Hurts to Olamide Zaccheaus had a completions probability of only 14.6%, which was the most improbable touchdown completion of Hurts' career. The clutchness of Jalen Hurts to throw the most improbable touchdown of his career, 14.6%, when he needed a touchdown or at least a first down in 3rd and 15, is just crazy. So you really think that Brandon Allen and Sam Darnold can mimic that? Listen, all you got to do is say, Jalen Hurts, one of a kind, can't mimic him. But you know what? Shame on you, for real, for real.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Shame. Anyways, Let's actually look at what the NFL thinks of Jalen Hurts. They got him as the background on their NFL Twitter page. They said, first team to 10 wins at Eagles. Jalen Hurts, the face of the NFL. Moving along, Kevin Byard spoke about the Eagles and Niners matchup. He called it a bloodbath.
Obviously, I know the history behind, the NFC Championship game last year and stuff like that. But it'll be a bloodbath for sure. Expect a very physical matchup where obviously we want to run the ball, they want to run the ball. So whoever team is going to be the most physical and eliminate those big explosive plays is going to be the team that win the game.
He acknowledged that both teams want to run the ball. Thomas R. Peterson tweeted yesterday, highest run block win rate amongst all D tackles through 12 weeks is Jordan Davis. On the field, he's a monster, but in the booth, he can sing?
I'm nervous. Why I'm so nervous? Goodness gracious, this is excruciating. All right.
Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more.
How does the last part run through?
I love the sound of your voice, man.
Shucks, man. Thank y'all.
So Jordan Mailata can sing, Jordan Davis can sing. Did you see their faces? We're not going to need him singing Christmas carols against the 49ers, though. We need to win this game. As you can see here, the Niners pass offense in 2023 is last in pass attempts and 8th in yards per game. That means they want to run the ball, as KB said. Now, the Eagles are the best run defense in the NFL. Only the Chiefs ran on us, and there's something about Andy Reid now couldn't run the ball when he was here. Loved the pass. Now he runs. It is what it is. So I feel good about this matchup. I do need to see Swift get more attempts. Last week, he ran the ball 14 times, 80 yards, 5.7 yards per carry. We need to get him more involved in the first half. However, this Niners defense is good overall, but they're beatable. They are holding running backs to a 3.9 yards per carry, which ranks 11th. That don't mean we shy away from it. We got to stay balanced. Looking at their pass defense, they are holding quarterbacks to a 77.1 rate, which is 4th in the NFL, and a 6.2 yards per attempt, which is tied for 2nd. Their pass defense in 2023 also has 15 interceptions, which ranks 1st. So not 1st in takeaways, but INTs via the DBs. They allow 9.3 yards per catch, which is 2nd. Now, they're going to have their handful with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Tre'Davious Ward is playing good, but he's not going to be able to guard both A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, and we got them last time we played them. All in all, they got some good skill position players in Ewig, Debo, and George Kittle, but they want to run the ball. We talked about them being last in pass attempts. McCaffrey's the main guy we got to shut down, and when their offense is trying to throw the ball, they might test Bradberry, who last week had an INT, 5 pass deflections. That's not easy at all. 3 tackles. He did allow a touchdown, but 5 pass deflections. I think he's getting an INT versus the Niners. He also responded to Debo doubling down on calling him trash.
I just approach one day at a time. Of course, I don't really necessarily like what he said. Wish he would have used a better word, to describe my play. But it is what it is. And at the end of the day, all I can do is control my work ethic, what I do day to day.
Answers with class. They also asked him, why do you think Debo said that to you?
You'd have to ask him. From the clips that I saw, of course, they felt like they had a good game plan against us. They felt like they had some open routes against us. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you got to ask him,
We gonna see what happens this Sunday for sure. There is some bad blood in the air no matter what anybody says. And again, last time we played, we wrecked their quarterback. They blaming us, but blame your coach for not using the proper guy to block Hassan Reddick. At the end of the day, the backup tight end, are you serious? So the pressure up front is going to be big, whether it's Hassan, Josh Sweat, Jalen Carter. We're coming for Brock Purdy. They're last in pass attempts for a reason. Once we shut down that run, they're going to be forced to pass, not going to be able to pass. And the only way they're going to get the pass off is if the run is working a little bit. The run's working. It opens up the passing game. But like I said yesterday, we're going to have to treat CMC like a dog at the end of the day. Jordan Davis is going to have to bully him. We're going to need to stay true to what this defense is we stop the run first, then we stop the pass. Because I don't think Brock Purdy can beat us in the link with the pressure we're about to put on him. So drop your score predictions in the comment section via the game preview picks. The NFL analysts got 5 Eagles and 5 Niners, so it's tied. However, Vegas line is the Eagles are 3-point underdogs at home against a team with a lesser record. 3 weeks in a row, we were underdogs. 2 we won. We're about to see this one. Now, I do want to point out something with the Brian Johnson criticism. We've been talking about it all week. Sean Jenkins pointed this out in one of my last videos, right? We talk about Shane and what we did last year. Look at this schedule, right? The biggest blunders have been first half against the Bills, first half against the Chiefs. Well, guess what? Both them teams are top 5 defenses. Do we got to start quicker? Of course. But at the end of the day, better talent, the harder it's going to be to score. This Niners defense is good, but this might be the game that we just put it together for all 4 quarters. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, Eagle Nation. Help your boy out by hitting that like button. It's free and it's greatly appreciated. Also, turn on notification. We trying to grow notification, gang. And go check out the merch. Philly Dog shirt, Philly Dog hat, Air Hurts. We're almost out of them, so get your Air Hurts shirt. Until next time, you know what time it is. Oh, the link will be in the description, and you can find it in the pinned comment section. We out.